Hey, it's Steve with Endless Freedom Craftworks. We got a 2014 GMC Sierra 1500. We got a little bit of rust going on right here. Not too pretty, but it would still pass inspection. The real problem is underneath. Once we took the gas tank out, you could see this frame is separated. Goes all the way up here, up past, all the way up to this cross member is rusted through. These drain holes underneath get plugged up, and this is all full of debris. Both sides. This one's all the way to that cross member. You can see chunks and holes. It's separated here. We got a couple of cross members. This one's already been replaced. Half of it's been replaced. They welded it here and here, put a new piece in. This piece doesn't look too bad. This holds up the gas tank. Pretty important. The middle cross member back there looks like it's still in pretty good shape. That looks like a stock piece. I don't think that's been replaced. In the back of the truck, the rear cross member that holds up the spare tire, she's given up the ghost. Both sides rusted right through. And then we've got a rear spring shackle and hanger. The shackle's completely separated. The hanger, not too good a shape. Looks like it's been replaced before. And it's done a number on the bottom of the bed.
How would you know that's been replaced?
I believe from the factory these are put on with rivets, and these are bolted on.
Yeah. See, it did a number on the bed.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be repaired also.
So when this is on the ground, I'll put that light up in there. So when this is on the ground, that spring would normally be held in place by this hanger here, but that's getting pushed all the way up into the bottom of the bed, and that's what's holding up the truck instead of this transferring the load to the frame.
The outside of the frame doesn't look terrible. When you look in the wheel well, it just looks like surface rust. Down here, it doesn't look too bad. Looks like a little scaly in here, but not through by any means. It looks like surface rust all the way through, or all the way up and down the bed. A lot of times these body mounts will rust through. Another thing you can look for is inside these cross member tubes. You can look at them with a flashlight. A lot of times if they're rusted through, you can see that from outside the truck.
Yeah, it looks like that's holding on to a lot of dirt in there.
Yeah, not a great design.
Dirt and road salt.
Anything else you can think of?
No, just other than, if you're looking to purchase one of these, you're definitely going to want to get under the truck and really look at the inside of the frame and look for any signs of this type of rust. Because they rust from the inside out, and it may look good until suddenly it doesn't, and then you got a very expensive repair on your hands.
Here's a good spot to look if the truck is intact. See
Oh,
this
yeah.
crack here?
Yeah, you can see that's a factory seam, right?
Yeah, there's two pieces of C-channel that were put together, and this one at one time slipped inside of this and it was welded, but you can see that it's rusted right away from it.
Right.
And this is a spot, if you're trying to look at one, if you're gonna buy it or if you're looking at it for somebody, where this frame kicks up right here. If you look on the inside, the gas tank will be here, but sometimes you can see right up alongside the gas tank or on the exhaust side, on the passenger side, you can look along the inside where the frame kicks up to go over the rear axle.
Yeah, so primarily on the bottoms of the frames where they capture dirt and salt and moisture, and where things come together, and just anywhere something can lay is an area you're going to want to check for corrosion before you decide to purchase a vehicle like this. And if you own a vehicle like this, you're going to want to try to do whatever you can to keep those areas clean.
It's a good idea if you can spray out inside the frame. It's hard to get all the debris out, but you could spray inside with fluid film or wool wax or a product like that it won't dry. You don't really want an undercoating that dries, because then once they dry, they start peeling, and dirt and salt and water will get behind them and it'll hold it against the metal. So if you can get a product that stays oily, mechanics they're not a huge fan of that, but it's got to keep your truck in one piece too, right? You can spray inside any of these holes, all the directions, inside the tubes, the cross members. It's a wonderful product that they have out there, and it kind of creeps. I think Seafoam makes a product, and PB Blaster, I heard they're making a product now that's similar. I have not used any of those. I've used fluid film and a lot of that, and I like that product a lot. This is not endorsed by Fluid Film, but if they wanted to, they could. Yeah, so if you're looking at one of these trucks in this body generation, it's not limited to these trucks, but any vehicle, this is the things you want to look at when you're going to look at one.
Right.
Take a flashlight, take something to lay on so you can get under the vehicle. You can really look around. And if you see a vehicle that's on the lot that has fresh undercoating on the frame, don't be fooled. They're just covering stuff up.
Right, that's something dealers like to do. They like to get under there and paint it up and try to make it look better than it is.
Nice and fresh looking until you make it through a winter. And
if anybody has anything to add, if you know of other places to look on vehicles, put it in the comments. Help everybody else out. If you found this video helpful, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks.
have a great day.